everyone. On behalf Thank you, Mohan Reddy Garu. We now invite Sri Rajiv Kumar, Managing Director of Microsoft, to address the gathering.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you, Stevenendra sir, thank you, DGP sir, for all the opportunity you gave us to build something that is unique in the world, actually. Just before coming here, we visited the SOC, the building behind this building, and to see hundreds of investigation officers being productive and fighting crime with confidence is just very energizing and humbling, actually. I'll tell you why humbling. I'll tell you a story. It was just about 1 year back. It was November 27th last year, 2021. I came to meet Steven Ravindra sir, right in this building, actually, upstairs. And he and I, we talked because he was the new Commissioner of Police in this area. And we talked for many things. And then he said something that really piqued my interest. He said, Rajiv, before COVID, 80% of crime was physical. After COVID today, 80% is digital. And the other 20% is also digital connected because people who do the crime, they make the phone calls and then they follow up and this and that. And that got me very excited and thinking, how can we connect and build a solution to help? Because his other data was that there are hundreds of opportunities. We know crime happened, but we can't find the criminal. We don't even know where to start, how do you get the data, and how do you make sure that everything is connected so you can prove in the court this is the person who did it. And in just 12 months later today, to see a functioning solution across 6 rooms with hundreds of police officers, it was very, very exciting to me. Just to give you data, the previous year before this COE got started, there were about 327 crimes, investigated 20. 2 people went from criminal to crime. Now 100% of crime is getting investigated with confidence. Confidence because there is a workflow in the solution that you saw. It is in the language of the choice of the person who is going to investigate. Also, I feel this is super unique because I'm from Microsoft and I build all these solutions across the world. But I'll tell you, this is probably a unique solution in the world. Crime always has many, thank you. Crime always have many data. Like you take any crime, there'll be hundreds of phone calls, hundreds of SMS. No human being can create or make sense out of that. But machine learning, with all the data that we have put in this solution, the machine can tell you by looking at 3 data, saying, okay, these 3 things were used in 7 other cases 3 years back. This was the account used, this was the phone number used, this was the SMS used, and then you get started. And then we have automated the process of getting call logs, getting information from different providers, and then make things very efficient. For example, if you look at the data, and we are looking at all the data, if you saw all these charts, just in since July, this solution has been on. We have saved about 3,500 hours. That is like 10 man-years of work just saved and accelerated. So thank you for building such an amazing solution for this. I also feel this is just the first one in the country. We started with 1 Commissionerate. I think it will go to, hopefully after the launch, it will go to the whole state. Then it will go to all the states in India. It will be all of India. Then I really feel we can take this worldwide because crime is the same everywhere. One of the crime that started in Hyderabad, I don't know how much money, 24 lakhs or something. You know, the criminal was sitting in Mughalsarai in UP. And about 9.5 crore rupees was recovered when they caught the person, actually. So with cybercrime, it is really not about a location anymore. It's not about a state. It's not about a country. Many of the crimes will be across countries. So I really feel very energized because this can change the world, actually. So I look forward to continue to work with this team and with the Cyberabad Crime Center and make this a worldwide solution. So with that, thanks to everybody here, and thank you all for listening. Thank you.
To your phone. Thank you, Rajiv Kumar, sir. We now invite Shri Jayesh Ranjan IAS, Principal Secretary, IT and Companies, to address the gathering now.
Honorable Minister for Home, Shri Mahmood Ali Sahab, Honorable IT Minister, respected DGP Sir, respected Mohan Reddy Garu, Shri Stephen Ravindra, senior police officers, directors of IIT, Triple IT, respected Member of Parliament, respected MLA, MLC, senior representatives from industries, all the stakeholder representatives. My congratulations first of all to Telangana Police led by respected DGP. This is yet another feather in the cap. In fact, Telangana Police has a stellar reputation in the country for being the pioneers in utilizing technology. I still remember many years ago, tools like e-cop and the entire surveillance and monitoring and analytics system which has been built. People still talk about it in other parts of the country as well. And as Rajiv pointed out, this is again something which is truly world class. Many of you would be aware that our government is rapidly enhancing digital infrastructure in our state. We have again a national role model project which is called T-Fiber, and it is only a matter of months before every government institution will get reliable optic fiber connectivity, and few months beyond that every home will get connected with internet. And one can imagine when so much of digital access is provided to people, how much of initiatives can be taken on digital education, health, e-commerce, skilling, livelihoods. But what we also see, because some of these digital infrastructure have already been laid, we see that the utilization of this infrastructure, uptake of this infrastructure is still much lower than what we anticipate. And when we have dived deep into this issue, we found that incidents of cyber fraud, cyber crime, these are actually pushing back people, particularly in the rural areas. Before COVID, after our country saw this withdrawal of currency notes, demonetization, at that time a big push was given to digital financial transactions, and we had tried to really spread across all the villages, give messages to the people that they can utilize. At that time, we ourselves had come up with a payment instrument called T-Wallet, and we had tried to promote it. We had tried to tell people that use digital means. But I remember in those days, this would come very, very frequently in the media, what is typically called as the know your KYC fraud. Like someone will ask for your name, phone number, and in that process, he or she will take your passcode as well. And obviously money will start flowing out of your account. So these kind of incidents had really created a scare in the rural areas, particularly in working class neighborhoods in the cities. And it has taken lots of effort to comfort people that these are stray cases, one-off cases, etc. But as other speakers pointed out, creating that awareness and a sense of confidence in people is very, very important. Under the IT Act, I also try cases in a quasi-judicial kind of a manner. And I have seen people who have been the victims of cyber fraud, cyber bullying, cyber stalking, parents of young people. And the kind of misery I see in their eyes and in their world is very, very tragic. In fact, anyone who has been a victim of a crime gets anxious and feels very sad and disappointed with it. But particularly the victims of cyber crime, they are, because of the uncertainty, who is the person on the other side, what is happening, is this the first of many which will happen later on? I mean, there's a huge sense of uncertainty, ambiguity, and what else will I get affected with, what else will I lose, remains a very big kind of a question mark hanging over their head. So let us also look at how do we reach out to the victims, give them confidence, tell them that we have such advanced systems today that every crime which is happening in the cyber world will be tracked, justice will prevail. In fact, now that we have such advanced tools and systems here, we should also publicize our successes, how efficiently we have been able to tackle a particular crime, render justice to the victim, etc. Because that creating that confidence is very, very important. The other couple of quick points which I'll mention is that we do have other institutions. Stephen, you are aware about it, that we have our own SOC not very far from here, where all the databases of the government are protected. We maintain the state data center there. And as you would imagine, some of the databases of the state government are extremely critical. I mean, I'm sure I don't have precise data, but umpteen attempts are made to hack our database as well. But because of the advanced CM tools, etc., that we use in the last 8 years, not even one single incident of any kind of hacking or data theft has happened here, though we keep reading about it happening in so many other states and so many other agencies quite a lot. So obviously there is a good scope of exchange of knowledge between our SOC and the SOC that you are setting up here. Of course, I appreciate the fact that your SOC is more citizen facing, more citizen friendly, but some tools of incidents monitoring, etc., we can definitely share. Similarly, as a government, we also subscribe to a very valuable database which is called the Verizon Incidents Report. I mean, Verizon, as all of you would know, is a telecom company. They compile incidents across the world. All possible cyber attacks which have happened throughout the world is compiled into an annual publication. So we subscribe to that and we get some very, very valuable information. So some of these patterns and recognition and footprints that Rajiv spoke about, we'll be happy to share that input also with you. So it will be a valuable asset. Also, again, we have a, just as you are getting the industry participate in this center of excellence, we also have a center of excellence with the help, which has been set up with the help of the industry. The foremost industry body in data security is called the DSCI, Data Security Council of India. It's an offshoot of NASSCOM. And DSCI has chosen to set up their center of excellence in Hyderabad. Lots of solution development happens in that center of excellence. It is not focused as much on awareness creation, etc., or tracking cases or rendering justice, but they are the people who will help you create lots of tools, simple tools like how do you protect your identity in your mobile phones and stuff like that. So lots of work happens in that center of excellence, and I'll be happy to connect them also to you, so that in this particular center of excellence also, you always remain one up, a curve ahead of the people who are actually perpetrating these kind of crimes. But nevertheless, this is something which will strengthen the role that Telangana government plays in utilizing latest technologies, emerging technologies for the benefit of the people. So my congratulations to DGP sir, to Stephen, all the senior police officers. I also appreciate the fact that I just flipped through the SOP book and I found that it has been written by actually people who are in the operational side, people who are constables, head constables. They have written this book actually, and the fact that you have acknowledged them as authors of this book shows the kind of mindset that you have. It is very, very welcoming and refreshing. So congratulations once again, and best wishes.
Thank you, Jayesh Garu. Well, I'm mindful that we are running a little late, and hunger pangs are really, causing a turmoil. But trust me, the best is yet to come. So please bear with us for some more time. So moving on. Next, I'd like to invite Sri Mahendra Reddy Garu, IPS, Director General of Police, Telangana State, to address the gathering and share his vision for COE, because he's one person who's actually, conceived the whole idea, and we'll be happy to hear from him, what led to that idea and where we are today. So.
Honorable Minister for IT and Industries, Shri KT Ramarao Garu, Honorable Minister for Home, Shri Muhammad Mahmood Ali Garu, Honorable Founder Chairperson, Scient, Shri B.V. Mohan Reddy Garu, Mr. Jayesh Ranjan, my esteemed colleague and Special CS, IT Industries, Mr. Stephen Ravindra, the Commissioner of Police, Cyberabad. Honorable Member of Parliament, Shri Ranjit Reddy Garu. Honorable Member of Legislative Assembly, Mr. Gandhi Garu. Honorable MLC, Naveen Rao Garu. All the senior police officers, all the senior government officials, the leaders and captains of the industry, distinguished invitees, ladies and gentlemen. It's a proud privilege and honor that we have today with us the doyen of the IT industry who has been leading from the front and has made a mark in terms of transforming the entire ecosystem of Telangana in terms of spreading IT, not only from Hyderabad to all the districts, and I'm sure it will go up to the taluk and the village levels in the times to come. Sir, we are honored by your presence. As we have been watching in our careers in the last 35 years, how the crime has been transforming from time to time. And with the internet revolution, the digital technologies, the crime has transformed so much that today there is no crime without the digital component. Added to that, I can very confidently say that in the civic society, there is no individual who is not impacted by the cybercrime and the crime emanating out of the digital world in one form or the other. So therefore, if the police organizations need to be relevant, be effective, and serve the interests of the society, there's a need for the police departments to transform themselves from the traditional, mechanistic, force-oriented organizations to tech-savvy, process-driven organizations where every policeman within the organization is able to handle these technology-based crimes with ease and ensure that the society at large is safe, secure. For the government of Telangana, we are lucky. The Honorable Chief Minister, from the inception of the state of Telangana, he has given highest priority for the maintenance of law and order, safety and security in the state. The Honorable Chief Minister firmly believes that peace and public order, the sense of safety and security is an essential prerequisite for the development and welfare of the society. If the peace prevails, if the sense of safety and security prevails, we can attract global investments, we can attract domestic investments, and ensure that the industry grows at exponential pace. That's how we can create wealth. In turn, this wealth which is created can improve the quality of life for each and everyone in the society. That's how the government has been focusing on improving the law enforcement, enabling the capacity building of the police organizations in terms of the manpower, in terms of their tools, technologies, competency building, the process improvements, and the leadership development at all levels. That's how today I can proudly say that the Telangana Police is one of the best police organizations in the country, and we are the first in the country, undoubtedly, in the use of technologies as force multiplier. With the support of the government, with the support of Honorable Minister for IT and Municipal Administration, Industries, and the Honorable Chief Minister's encouragement, today we have 10 lakh CCTV cameras across the state, and there is a certainty of being caught and certainty of being punished for every offense that takes place in Telangana. And if that sense of safety and security, if that certainty is given, then this the entire citizenry, in the society would feel safe and secure. The moment the Telangana state was formed, the Honorable Chief Minister visualized and told us in the very first meeting that we must have a state-of-art emergency response system, wherein every citizen, whether rich, poor, whether he is influential, not influential, connected in the government, not connected with the police department, whether it is male, female, child, adult, old, irrespective of that, every citizen must have a sense of reassurance that if he or she is in distress, the government is there to take care of them. That's how the very first file the Honorable Chief Minister signed after the formation of Telangana state was the sanction of 350 crores towards the patrol cars in the capital city of Hyderabad. We have a statewide, one single number, emergency response management system. Now we have this spread across the state, including the rural areas. And now every patrol officer equipped with the digital technology tools, we have the applications, we have the KPIs, and there's a system to monitor the performance of each and every individual within the system to ensure that every victim who calls the dial 100 or dial 112, he or she is called back to understand whether his or her need has been satisfied in terms of the distress, and whether our policemen have acted with due diligence and ensured that the victim is, the victim's concerns are taken care and the problem is resolved. So therefore, the government of Telangana firmly believes that the safety and security is an essential prerequisite for our progress. And coming to this today's initiative of COE for cyber safety, we had a vision in Telangana Police that Hyderabad, now emerging as the top-notch city in the country for IT, we must have a system, we must have frameworks which should give us the credit that Telangana is the safest in terms of the cyber ecosystem. That's what we wanted to achieve. That is the goal. That is the mission for this initiative. As a part of that, I had the initial discussions with the Society for Cyberabad Security Council members, the industry partners. I involved my esteemed colleague, Mr. Stephen Ravindra. I just gave them the framework, what we want, how we should collaborate, what is the nature of these cyber crimes. It's boundaryless. The offenders are from across the globe. The technologies used are the most recent emerging technologies. Every day they keep changing. The methodologies used are ever changing. So therefore, in case, if our resilience has to be developed, if our framework has to be effective, we need to be equally competitive, equally dynamic, and ensure that we are able to use the latest technologies, latest competencies, and forge collaborations in such a way that we are in a position to face this challenge of digital-based crimes, the digital technology-based crimes or the cyber crimes effectively. It's not only important to register cases, arrest the offenders, that is not enough. Because every citizen, they do not want to become a victim and then get redressed. We need to give them the sense of safety and security that yes, we have an institution, we have a structure, we have a government here, we have a collaboration here, we have a framework which ensures that the entire ecosystem is safe and secure. And or as the organizations, the enterprises, we would be able to carry forward our businesses, our tasks in a fearless manner. As we see, these cyber crimes are affecting not only the individual citizens, but the institutions, enterprises, the government organizations, the police departments, and also each and every citizen of the society. Therefore, there is no person left unaffected by the cybercrimes menace. But if we have to quantify the impact on the society, the crimes that we are looking at in respect of the individuals within the society, I say it's a drop in the ocean. It is not even 1% of the total crime. If an enterprise is affected, if the server is hacked, if the data is stolen, for months together the organization stops functioning. Their capabilities are stolen away. They get neutralized. The effort that has been built over a period of time, that entire thing goes down the drain. And it takes months and years together for them to recover. Like this kind of offenses are now on the increase. But unfortunately, the enterprises are not willing to come forward and then report, because the fact that any organization gets affected with cyber crimes, their marketability, their credibility, their veracity it goes down. So therefore, they're not willing. Therefore, we wanted to find a solution, an institution which would work on these concerns, detect these offenders, but we would ensure that the identity of the organizations which are affected by the cybercrime do not come into the public domain. So therefore, we wanted to have the industry partnership, the partnership with various stakeholders, the institutions like IIT Hyderabad, IIIT Hyderabad, ISB, and several other organizations, the T-Hub. So all these actors would come together, build a very resilient framework so as to ensure that we become dynamic in our capacity building, in our technologies, tools, and in the long run, we become completely safe and secure as far as the cyber safety is concerned. So as you all know, the Honorable Chief Minister has recently inaugurated the state-level Police Command and Control Center. I would like to just inform you that the state-level Command and Control Center is going to house dozens of such COEs in that institution, which will work on various aspects of safety, security, various aspects of functional effectiveness of all government departments, since it's going to be a multi-agency center. So this effort, which is curated by Cyberabad Police, is part of the larger objective of the Command Control Center at the state level. I'm very grateful to Stephen Ravindra and also the Society for Cyberabad Security Council and all the industry partners who have made this vision a reality. After all, we can have many dreams, but then as long as it does not get converted into an action, it's a mere waste of time. And today, I feel it's a great joy for me, and this vision that Telangana as a state, we become safe and secure, the most safe and secure environment in terms of the cyber ecosystem, that vision is getting realized, and we are very glad and very upbeat with the presence of the Honorable Minister for IT, Industries and Municipal Administration, because their partnerships with the government department, with police department, the IT industry, IT-related organizations within the government, the municipal administration, and several other aspects which combinedly contribute for the safety and security of the society. Today, his presence is a great morale booster for us, and I thank everyone for being present here and then be a part of this active initiative. I would like to thank everyone who have contributed so significantly within such a short time, and many more are willing to contribute for this initiative from the industry and institutions. We are very grateful to every one of them. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. May I now invite Honorable Minister for Home, Prisons and Fire Services, Sri Mohammad Mahmood Ali, to deliver his address.
Honorable Minister for IT and MAUD, Shri KT Ramarao Garu, Shri M. Mahinder Reddy Garu, DGP Telangana, Shri Stephen Ravindra Garu, Commissioner of Police Cyberabad, Sri B.V.R. Mohan Reddy Garu, Honorable MP Ranjit Reddy Garu, Honorable MNC Sri Parveen Kumar Garu, Honorable MLA Sri Gandhi Garu, Sri Jayesh Ranjan Garu, Principal Secretary IIT, Sri Ravi Gupta Home Secretary Garu, Sri C.B. Anand Garu, Commissioner of Police, Hyderabad, Sri Mahesh Bhagat Garu, CP, Rachakunda, and Sri Anjani Kumar, and all IPS officers, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon all. I am happy to participate in launch ceremony of Telangana State Police Center of Excellency for Cyber Safety. The center will work in coordination with department and top IT companies, best educational institutions like IITs, etc., banks to effectively counter cyber crime. Sri Mahendra Reddy Garu, DGP along with CP Cyberabad, top IT industry, experts, directors and professors of IITs, VC, Vice Chancellor, Nalsar University and other experts or advisors to these centers. Today, everything is digital. Internet become essential. General public, government organization and commercial sectors are suffering cyber crime. Cyber attacks many create danger to national security and we have to be present and future ready. Telangana government under the able leadership, Honorable CM Garu and dynamic IT and MAUD Minister Sri KTR Garu has taken many steps for strengthening police system. Honorable CM Garu, Telangana వచ్చే తర్వాత పోలీస్ డిపార్ట్మెంట్కు చాలా ఇంపార్టెన్స్ ఇచ్చారు. ఎందుకంటే తెలంగాణ మూవ్మెంట్లో చాలా డిస్కషన్లో ఈ మాట వచ్చింది. సీఎం గారు మా కేసీఆర్ గారు ఆ రోజు పార్టీ ప్రెసిడెంట్ అందరూ ఒకటి మాట చెప్పారు, సార్ మీ దగ్గర ల్యాండ్ ఆర్డర్ బాగాలేదు, మీ దగ్గర పవర్ షార్టేజ్ ఉంది, మీ దగ్గర ఫార్మర్స్ చాలా ప్రాబ్లంలో ఉన్నారు, సార్ మీ తెలంగాణ తర్వాత ఎట్లా కంట్రోల్ చేస్తాం. ఆనరబుల్ సీఎం గారు తెలంగాణ వచ్చే తర్వాత పోలీస్ డిపార్ట్మెంట్కు చాలా ఇంపార్టెన్స్ ఇచ్చారు. మా డీజీ గారు ఇప్పుడు చెప్పారు, సార్ ఫస్ట్ బడ్జెట్ అంటే మాకు చాలా మంచి బడ్జెట్ శాంక్షన్ చేశారు. సీసీటీవీ కెమెరా మొత్తం ఇండియాలో మా తెలంగాణ స్టేట్లో 64% కెమెరా ఉంది మా తెలంగాణలో. అలాగే చాలా క్రైమ్ తక్కువ అయింది. స్టార్టింగ్లో తెలంగాణ వచ్చిన తర్వాత చైన్ స్నాచింగ్ క్రైమ్ చాలా ఎక్కువైంది. మా పోలీస్ డిపార్ట్మెంట్ చాలా కంట్రోల్ చేశారు. మా పోలీస్ అంటే తెలంగాణలో నంబర్ 1 పోలీస్ మా తెలంగాణ పోలీస్ ఉంది. మా సీఎం గారు ఎవ్రీ టైం పోలీస్ డిపార్ట్మెంట్కు చాలా ఎంకరేజ్ చేశారు, చాలా బడ్జెట్ శాంక్షన్ చేశారు. మా స్టేట్లో క్రైమ్ డే బై డే తగ్గింది. మరి ఇప్పుడు సైబర్ క్రైమ్ ఎక్కువైతున్నారు. సైబర్ క్రైమ్కు చాలా కంట్రోల్ చేసిన కోసం మా సీఎం గారు చాలా న్యూ టెక్నాలజీ యూజ్ చేయాలంటే అందరికీ ఇన్స్ట్రక్షన్ ఇచ్చారు. బడ్జెట్ ఎంత కావాలి అంతా ప్రొవైడ్ చేస్తున్నారు. సీఎం గారు గురించి చాలా థ్యాంక్స్ చెప్తున్నారు. పోలీస్ ఎవ్రీ స్టెప్లో చాలా బాగా స్టెప్ తీసుకుపోయి కంట్రోల్ చేస్తున్నారు. తెలంగాణ సైబర్ క్రైమ్ కోఆర్డినేషన్ సెంటర్ is already functioning and playing important role in controlling cyber crime. అభి డీజీపీ గారు చెప్పారు, మా కమాండ్ అండ్ కంట్రోల్ మా స్టేట్ కొత్త అయిన తర్వాత మా సీఎం గారు డిసిషన్ తీసుకుపోయినా కంప్లీట్ అయింది. ఈ మొత్తం సైబర్ తర్వాత అక్కడ షిఫ్ట్ అవుతున్నారు. మరి ఎవ్రీ పోలీస్ స్టేషన్లో సైబర్లో చాలా అడ్వాన్స్ టెక్నాలజీ యూజ్ చేస్తున్నారు. చాలా మనకు చాలా ఆఫీసర్స్ చాలా మా ఇండస్ట్రీస్, మా ఇంటెలెక్చువల్స్ చాలా సపోర్ట్ చేస్తున్నారు. అందరికీ థ్యాంక్స్ చెప్తున్నారు. ప్రాపర్లీ ఈరోజు మా ఆనరబుల్ మిస్టర్ కేటీ రామారావు గారు ఈరోజు వచ్చే పోలీసులో డీటెయిల్లో డిస్కషన్ చేశారు. చాలా నేను థ్యాంక్స్ చెప్తున్నారు. ఎందుకు అంటే ఇండియాలో ఫస్ట్ ఇంటెలెక్చువల్ అంటే మా నంబర్ 1 సీఎం అంటే కేసీఆర్ గారు ఉన్నారు. ఇండియాలో యూత్ లీడర్ అంటే నంబర్ 1 అంటే కేటీఆర్ గారు ఉన్నారు. మా ఇండస్ట్రీస్ తీసుకొచ్చిన మా ఇండస్ట్రీస్ పీస్ ఎంత బాగా అయితే అంటే అంత ఎక్కువ వస్తున్నారు. ఈ టైంలో మా మినిస్టర్ గారు చాలా ఇండస్ట్రీస్కు తీసుకొచ్చిన ఈ సైబరాబాద్లో అంటే సైబర్ క్రైమ్లో కంట్రోల్ చేసిన ఆల్ మా పోలీస్ ఆఫీసర్ బాగా పనిచేస్తున్నారు. నేను ఆనరబుల్ మిస్టర్ కేటీ రామారావు గారికి థ్యాంక్స్ చెప్తున్నారు. ఈరోజు మీరు లాంచ్ బి చేశారు, ఒక బుక్ బి రిలీజ్ చేశారు. ఈ సైబర్ క్రైమ్ డే బై డే ఇప్పుడు చాలా వాచ్ చేశారు. చాలా ఫోన్ ద్వారా అవి ఈ కరోనా తర్వాత సైబర్ క్రైమ్ ఎక్కువైంది. మరి మా తెలంగాణలో క్రైమ్ చేసిన మంచి తక్కువ ఉంది, ఎఫెక్టెడ్ మంచి ఉంది. ఇక్కడికి అది నార్త్ సైడ్లో వచ్చి క్రైమ్ చేస్తున్నారు. నార్త్ సైడ్లో చాలా యూజ్ చేస్తున్నారు, ఫోన్ ద్వారా క్రైమ్ చేస్తున్నారు, బ్యాంక్తో డబ్బులు అంటే ట్రాన్స్ఫర్ చేస్తున్నారు. మా పోలీస్ చాలా ఎఫెక్టివ్ పని చేస్తున్నారు. లాస్ట్ 1 month 2 months బిఫోర్ రాచకొండలో ఎట్ ఎ టైం ఇమీడియట్ విత్ ఇన్ ఇన్ఫర్మేషన్ వస్తే 2.5 crores కమిషనర్ గారు సీజ్ చేశారు. చాలా బాగా పని చేస్తున్నారు. అందరికీ నా పోలీస్ డిపార్ట్మెంట్ ఆల్ ఆఫీసర్కి ఈరోజు ప్రోగ్రాంలో వచ్చిన అందరికీ చాలా థ్యాంక్స్ చెప్తున్నారు. మీడియా మిత్రులకు, మా ఆల్ ఆఫీసర్కి, మా డైనమిక్ మిస్టర్ కేటీ రామారావు గారు ఈరోజు ఈ సైబరాబాద్ కమిషనర్ ఆఫీస్కి వచ్చిన డీటెయిల్లో అందరితో చాలా డిస్కస్ చేశారు. ఎట్లా కంట్రోల్ చేస్తున్నారు సైబర్ క్రైమ్కి, ఫ్యూచర్ ప్లాన్ ఏంది, ఎట్లా చేయాలని చెప్తున్నారు. అని నాకు చాలా థ్యాంక్స్ చెప్తున్నారు. ఈరోజు వచ్చే ఈ ప్రోగ్రాంలో ఇది బుక్ ఇనాగ్రేషన్లో అది మొత్తం సైబర్ క్రైమ్లో ఎట్లా కంట్రోల్ చేసే లాంచ్ చేశారు. ఆయనకు చాలా థ్యాంక్స్ చెప్తున్నారు. అందరికీ నా థ్యాంక్స్.
Thank you so much, sir. May I now invite Honorable Minister Sri KT Ramarao Garu to address the gathering.
Okay, I just want a show of hands. How many diabetics in the audience? Because I'm a diabetic, I've been thinking, that this is taking inordinately long. Oh, you are? So we should get, seriously, I'm not kidding, but yeah, thank you. Akkada. Honorable Minister for Home, Sri Mohammad Mehmood Ali Garu, Honorable Director General of Police, Sri Mahendra Reddy Garu, Principal Secretary Industries, Jayesh Ranjan Garu, CP Cyberabad, Stephen Ravindra Garu, Gauronilu, Scient Chairman and Founder, Sri BVR Mohan Reddy Garu, Chevella Parliament Sabhilu, Gauronilu, Dr. Ranjit Reddy Garu, Gauronilu, Sthanika Shasan Sabhilu, Arikapudi Gandhi Garu, Honorable MLC Sri Naveen Garu, Director of IIT Sri Murthy Garu, Director of Triple IT PJ Narayanan Garu, High SIA President Manisha Sabu, Rajiv from Microsoft, of course Home Secretary Sri Ravi Gupta Garu, ACB DG Anjani Kumar Sinha Garu, CP Hyderabad CV Anand Garu, Jitendra Garu, Rajkonda CP Garu, Mahesh Bhagwat Garu, Ade vidhanga all the distinguished members in the audience from industry, from media, and of course all the police officers who are gathered here. Firstly, I thank you. Thank you for your patience. Thank you for everything. Thank you for attending. Thank you for making this happen. Krishna, special thanks to you. I think you deserve a big round of applause along with Cyberabad CP. I think both of you, between the two of you, you've made this happen. My compliments, congratulations. I was just sharing a joke with Mohan Reddy Garu. Recently, we went through a by-election in our state, in Munugodu. Talking about cyber crime, talking about cyber security, etc. Cyber crime is not now confined to one sphere of life. Even in politics, it has come in. Voters are being lured by way of Google Pay and, sending money directly into the accounts of voters as well is happening. So I think new age crimes need new age solutions. So Election Commission of India may also need to be, engaged and involved, not just police and not just law enforcement, but also I think we need to start sensitizing Election Commission and others as well. But more importantly, I think, today, as DG pointed out, as Cyberabad CP pointed out, technology has become all permeating. It is permeating into all spheres of life. There's not a single sphere of life which is exempt. So if you look around, I mean, we live in a very, very interesting world. Our country is about 140 crore people. The number of devices, I think, outnumber us. Today, I think each of us sitting in this room possibly has more than one phone, I'm guessing. One for public usage, one for private usage, etc., etc. Now, and we also live in an interesting world because the technology is evolving so much that your phone, you can talk to your phone. There was a possibility, at one point of time, say 10 years ago, if somebody was talking to his phone, people would look at him like a pagal. They'd say, why is he talking to a device? But now you can talk to Siri, Siri talks back to you, Alexa talks to you, you talk back to Alexa, she tells you what the temperature is, she plays music for you. Even in the car, there is a lady guiding you where to go, how to go, where the traffic is, where to avoid, etc., etc. So we live in a very interconnected world where devices talk to each other. Your refrigerator talks to your washing machine, which can communicate to your car, which incidentally also communicates to you. Human is just one part of the larger piece of puzzle. So what's happened as a result is in this world of interconnected devices, in this world of Internet of Things, cybersecurity is a huge, huge challenge. Cybercrime is huge. It's all pervasive. Like technology is all pervasive, cybercrime is also equally pervasive. From IP theft to identity theft to embezzlement of money. Various hues, various shades of cybercrime is seen across the world. And in fact, if you ask me, the dens of cybercrime are not the big cities, the big metros. In fact, it is the smaller towns. I don't know how many of you have watched this series. I think it's on Netflix called Jamtara. Have you? In fact, I'll just narrate a small story. A friend of mine who had just watched Jamtara, we were all sitting and chatting one day and he tells me, I'm embarrassed to share this story with you, but I'm going to say this anyway, is what he said. We were all very curious, intrigued. So we asked him what it was about. He said, I watched this whole series on Netflix the other day, just a couple of days ago. And then, suddenly when I'm at my home, I receive a message from a cousin in the US saying I'm in urgent need of 1 lakh rupees from his phone number, from his cousin's phone number, which he had stored on his phone, so he wouldn't think otherwise, right? So he got a message saying I'm in dire need of 1 lakh rupees. And this man, being a very nice, compassionate cousin, he said, okay, I'm going to send the 1 lakh, and immediately, without even thinking twice, he just simply sent the money across through Google Pay, UPI, whatever technology that there is. And next day, in the family group, his cousin sends a message saying, listen, my phone has been hacked, so if any of you got any messages, please ignore. But damage is already done. And out of shame and out of guilt, out of whatever, out of fear of being ridiculed, my friend did not share this with anybody but us. Of course, we ridiculed him later, that's a different story. The point is, this whole sense of shame, ridicule, and also integrity in terms of, see, if you're a enterprise, if you are an industry, if you're an enterprise, obviously, if the word goes out that your systems are compromised, you're worried about the integrity of the data, the integrity of your processes, etc. So therefore, it becomes extremely important. And when DG was talking, when CP was talking, I was listening in very, very carefully. And of course, when Mohan Reddy Garu was mentioning that awareness needs to be promoted. How many of you here in this room know that there is a common toll-free number to report cybercrime? Anybody? I mean, not the police officers, of course. Come on, man. Anybody other than police officers who actually know that there is a countrywide toll-free number? Not a single one of us. Thank you, man. I think you're also a policeman without the uniform. Thank you. 1930. That's the toll-free number. Unfortunately, even I was not aware till I walked in here. 1930. In case there is a cybercrime, how effectively we use 100. I think 1930 needs to be populated. As Mohan Reddy Garu was saying, awareness, unfortunately, is lacking. Secondly, the problem, the conundrum, the dilemma from a government perspective. If we see increased reporting, if we see increased filing of FIRs, there is that lurking fear that the media will say the crime has increased. in the city of Hyderabad, in the state of Telangana. But the fact is, if it is unreported, while the crime may have happened, if it is unreported, you're just living in denial. There is crime still happening. It's just that it is not reported. So the dilemma from a government perspective, from a lawmaker perspective is, do we then glorify the numbers? Do we then say that more reporting is happening? Is it a good thing, bad thing, etc.? But I think what's extremely important is that we build institutions that outlast individuals. See, all of us who are seated on this podium here, or those who are seated right in front of us, I think we are all ephemeral. We are all temporary. We're all going to give, a way to the future order. The fact is, unless we build institutions which will outlast us. See, for instance, Cyberabad Security Council was conceptualized by Mahendra Reddy Garu when he was Cyberabad Commissioner. And today, look at it. It's thriving, it's growing, and it is building COEs. It is adding new dimensions to governance. That's why we need to build institutions that outlast individuals. That's why we need governance models where processes become more important than people. Processes have to be more important. When I say process, I don't mean just a